Okay, so Q naught, Q naught and Q1 on B, I have to check again, go towards the previous table and check Q naught on B here is going towards Q naught and Q1 on B here going towards Q2. So just do a union of this. So the new states will be Q naught, Q2. Okay, so if there are two new states come in the Q dash that I have to add, that is Q naught, Q1, Q2, and another state is Q naught, Q2. So till this state is defined, this state is defined. Now I have to look between these two states. Okay, so you can go with either of these states. There is no worry about this. Okay, so I just write Q naught, Q1, and Q2. So you just have to go back in the original table and just do the union of Q naught, Q1, and Q2 on A. So the answer will be, you know about this, Q naught, Q1, Q2. For B, it will be Q naught, Q2. Okay, so by adding Q naught, Q1, Q2, there is no new state added. This is already added in the set, so there is no worry to add it. Okay, so the last state is Q naught, Q2. So add Q naught, Q2 here. So Q naught, Q2 here is Q naught, this one and this one. Okay, so Q naught, Q1, the union with 5, there is nothing wrong in that. So this is Q naught, Q1. Q naught and Q2. Q naught union 5 is just Q naught. So this will be your original table. Okay, so if I just draw a DFA of it, you know the starting state is what, Q naught, and the final state here, if you look at it, it's Q2. So wherever there is Q2, just draw a star. So there are two final states. Okay, so go for the first thing, Q naught. Initial state, it's going towards A, it's going towards Q naught, Q1 on getting an input of A, and on B it is staying at Q naught, so it will be a self loop. Okay, so now on Q naught, Q1 it is going towards on getting an input of A, it is going towards Q naught, Q1, Q2. Okay, so this is also final state. If you clearly look at this, so just do a double circle. Okay. On A, okay, so on B it's going towards Q naught and Q2. On B it's going towards Q naught and Q2. So again, this is a final state, so I just write this circle. Okay, so on Q naught, Q1, on A it is staying at Q naught, Q1, Q2. On B it is going towards Q naught, Q2. Q naught, Q2 on A, it's going back towards Q naught, Q1. Okay, so if I just, it's going back towards Q naught, Q1 on A, and it's going towards Q naught on B. So if I just do this, okay, is there any kind of a mistake here? Q naught, Q2. I think that's correct. Yes, I think that's correct. Okay, so just going back towards this. Okay, so if you clearly look at this, if I just give any kind of a symbol where RHS of a string should be A. So if I just give this string like A B, so RHS from second hand, second symbol from RHS here is A. If I just give it to this, so it will be A, it goes towards this A, it goes to the final state. Okay, after that another A. Okay, then it goes to B. Okay, so it is accepting, this string is accepting. Again, if you give it A is also accepted because the second symbol from RHS is A. So another string would be where the second symbol from RHS is not A will be this. So it should not be accepted in the automata. So goes like this. A Q naught on A, it goes to this state. After that A, it goes to this state. After that B, it goes to this state. After that A. So it goes back to Q naught and Q1. Okay. So this string is not accepted, and it should not be accepted because the second symbol from RHS is B. Okay. So that is why. So if you directly try to draw this automata, it will be a bit difficult to directly draw it. Okay, but okay, so the final state is always go through Sudhama. If you just look at this original table, in this original table, the final state has a Q2 symbol in it. Okay, so in the new table, wherever Q2 is written, that is your final state. So if you clearly look at this here, this is Q2 and here this is Q2. That is why I put a cross, a star sign to indicate that this is a final state. Okay. So if I just want to tell you one more thing, that the maximum number of if suppose if a minimal NFA contains n states, okay, n states. So the equivalent DFA can contain 2 raised to power n state, 2 raised to power n state, and that is maximum. Max 2 raised to power n state can be denoted by, because you know that in NFA the number of states can be less because we are not defining any symbols. Like if you look at this in this, we have not defined on Q2 the input of A and B. Okay, so the maximum state of the equivalent DFA is 2 raised to power n, but it's always less than this. Okay, so there may be one or two automatas there the maximum can contain. If you look at this NFA, so in this NFA the set of states were 3. So the equivalent DFA can contain 2 raised to power 3 8 states. Okay, so 8 states it can contain, but if you clearly look at this, it is only containing like 4 states. Okay, so the maximum number is 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 3 here, but it's 2 raised to power 3. uh, it's less than 4. Okay, so again I just want to clarify this, that this is the formula. I say that DFA can contain maximum 2 raised to power n states, equivalent DFA of a particular NFA. Okay, so maximum. It's always less than that. Okay, so if you do, again try to look at this, that how complex it's to build. So you can try this question for your homework, that third symbol from RHS is A. Okay, third symbol from RHS is A. If you look at this question again, the question you know that how to draw an NFA. Here you will get like if there are there are 4 states for NFA here. Okay, so you can draw a 4 state NFA, but the equivalent DFA has 8 states. Okay, so if you do this question, you will understand what I mean to say. And again, if you say the maximum number of states that are possible was 2 raised to power 4, which is 16, but it is not containing 16. It is always less than, but there are some automatas where the maximum potential is executed. So keep in mind that the maximum states in DFA, if I convert NFA to DFA, the equivalent DFA can contain maximum of 2 raised to power n states, but in most cases it will be less than that. Okay. Okay. So if I just do a PPT of this NFA conversion. Okay, so this PPT is also uploaded in your LMS. Okay, so if you clearly look at this, there are some questions that I have given you, and the solution is in the next slide. So I think you should try these question yourself, and these are very easy questions. I think you can easily do this. Okay. So there are some important points towards the end of the topic that I just highlighted this point that in general the following relationship exists between the number of states in NFA and DFA. It says 1 less than equal to n less than equal to m. Okay, so it says that the number of states in a DFA, so it's n is your number of states in DFA. Okay, so n is your number of states in DFA. It's always less than equal to the number of states in NFA, that is 2 raised to power m. So this is the same thing that as saying that the equivalent NFA, the equivalent DFA can contain a maximum of 2 raised to power m states. Okay. So another thing is after conversion, the number of states in DFA may not be the same as NFA, because if you remember, if you are directly built, because every DFA is also a NFA. Okay, so keep in mind. So if you are converting the DFA into a DFA, you will find the same result. So that is why this statement is written here. Okay, so the maximum number of state that may be present in the equivalent, if I just say equivalent DFA are 2 raised to power number of states in the NFA. Okay, so suppose in NFA, if you have like two number of states, the equivalent DFA will contain maximum of 2 raised to power 2, that is 4 number of states maximum. So keep in mind this is maximum. Generally it's always less than that. So this formula keep in mind, because this is one of the most important thing. Okay. So the last point is in the resulting state, all those states that contain final state of NFA are treated as final state. Okay, so it says that if in our DF if this is a NFA, and in this NFA, suppose the Q1 state is the final state. Okay, so what happens in the equivalent DFA, wherever this Q1 lies, that state will automatically becomes your final state. Okay, so wherever the Q1 is, that state will automatically become your final state. So keep these 4 points in mind. These are most important 4 points. Okay, so I think to understand this topic now I will talk about something called a minimization of a DFA. So this is one of the most important topic, and I have told you many times that there can be only one. Okay, so for a particular language, there are multiple DFAs that exist. There are multiple DFAs that can exist. Out of these DFAs only, out of these, however, multiple meanings, all the possible outcomes of DFA are there. Okay, so suppose for a particular language, there exist four equivalent DFA. So these all DFAs are correct if they are accepting the language. Okay, out of these only one DFA will be the minimal. Only one DFA will be the minimal. Meaning, if this DFA contains 6 states, if this contains 7, if this contains 8, this will be the DFA that contains the minimum number of states. Okay, so if I give you any language, all of you can design different number of DFAs with different number of states. Okay, but what you can do that there is algorithm exists. If there is any, suppose this is your DFA that contains the minimum number of states. Okay, so I just give these 3 DFA as an input to this algorithm that minimizes these the state number of states in this, and it will again result in the same thing, DFA2. Okay, so this DFA2 contains the minimum state, but you do not know, there is no way to know that that DFA that you have designed has the minimum number of states. Okay, so after giving it to the algorithm, it again, so suppose there are 6 states, there is 5 states, and there is 7 states. Okay, so I just give these 3 DFA to the again the algorithm, and the algorithm outputs the DFA2 which has again the 5 states. Okay, So if after inputting your DFA into this algorithm, you will again result in the same number of states, it means that you have already designed the minimal DFA. Okay. So keep in mind. So this is a very simple process. There is nothing to read between the lines here. Okay. So before entering it, again, I will tell you that there are two methods exist to do the minimization. Okay. So we will only be studying the one method. Uh, you can go towards the second method also, but that is a little bit of a lengthy method. I do not prefer it. There are two methods exist. The first method is called your uh, equivalence method, and the second method is called specifically called your Myhill Neorday. Okay, so this is your second method. So these some books follow this, some books follow these. So if you want it, you can follow both of these, but I find this method to be very easy. Okay, so if you look at the book Peter Lynch, they are following this equivalence method. Okay, so before continuing with the equivalence method, there is some definition of the equivalence here. So the equivalence here, it just says the two states P and Q of a DFA are called indistinguishable. It just means that it is calling it as equivalent. Okay. So two states P and Q of a DFA are called equivalent if the transition of P on something, this is a string, any string. Okay, so W is a string here. So transition of P is a state here. So suppose on it is standing at P here, on getting a string of W, it is going towards the final state. Okay, okay, so it means that implies that Q and transition of Q on W belongs, this is again the set of states, so don't confuse about this. So in the first one, it is just saying P as a state, but it's just using the imply symbol to just confirm it that this is a state here. So Q is a state. If I just say Q on receiving an input of W, it belongs to a final state. In the same way, another, this is DFA1, this is DFA2. Okay, so for DFA2 also, if I just consider this, suppose there are two DFA exist, so there will be this, suppose this is, I regard as P. On getting an input of W, it is also going to a final state. It can be any final state. It need not be this final state. It can be any final state. Okay, so if this is F1, this can be, if I just do this. Okay, so it is going towards this final state. Okay, so there are two DFAs on getting an input of string W. So the string is same here. They are going to the final state. Okay, so they are both going to the final state, and on getting a string W, they are both not on getting another string. So again, I just draw another automata to get a well good understanding here. So this is P and Q, two DFAs, and on getting string W for both of these, they are going to a non-final state. Okay, so I call it non-final. Okay, so if these both follow the same property, that on getting a particular string, that string should be equal. Okay, so the string, if here is AB, on getting an input of AB, this automata is going towards final state. On getting an input of AB here, again it is going to a final state, and final state can be any state, can be any final state. It has to be a final state. Another one, if on getting a string of BA, it is going towards non-final state, and on getting a string of BA, it is again going towards the non-final state. If both are following these property, then I can call this DFA is kind of a equivalent DFA2. Okay, so this is just a basic property. Okay, so on the other hand, it just say if for P on getting an input of W, it goes to a final state, but other DFA Q on getting a state on getting an input of W is going towards non-final state. So these two are not equivalent. Okay, so these two are not equivalent. Okay, so then equivalent and indistinguishable or distinguishable definition is simple. It says that the two DFAs on getting an input of a similar string, if they are going towards the final state, and on getting an input of a similar string, if they are both going towards the non-final state, that two DFAs are considered to be equivalent. If one is going towards the final state, another is not, then they will be considered as not equivalent. Okay, so said to be distinguished. Here this word distinguish meanings that not equivalent. So again, if you are if you do not understand the definition, no, don't worry about this. Again, I will solve the question, you will get everything what I'm saying. Okay, so this is the algorithm. It just looks very difficult here, so don't worry about it. I just solve the question. It will be more easy for you. So starting with the similar question that again I will take any question from the previous one, that where we have a maximum like get a greater number of states. Okay, so the first question where the greater number of states occur like was where length of each string, length of each string should be even. Okay, so in this, you know that the minimal automata for this is just two states, but that automata can also be drawn like this: q naught on getting an input of a or b, it is going towards, if I just draw here, it is going towards q1. Okay, so again you can go towards this, but I am not doing this. Okay, so what were the strings here? A epsilon, a b, a. Okay, so a. Some of you have drawn this automata, I think. Okay, so if I just draw this, you know that the answer of this, it can be reduced to two number of state if I just do this. But this is also a correct automata if you clearly look at this. I don't think there is any kind of error here because zero string, so zero string is accepted here. One length string, two length string, three length string, four length string, five length string, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even number of strings are accepted here. So at 0 we have taken care of this. So this is one of the simplest and one of the starting automatas. Some of you have drawn more number of states. So this was, I think, one or two students have drawn this automata. Okay, so if they have drawn this automata, so how to convert this automata into a minimal automata? Okay, so again, the process is very simple. If you clearly look at this, I just want you to wake up now, because this is one of the most important steps here. Okay, so the minimization is very simple mechanism. Okay, so again go for the state transition table, it will be more easy. q1, q2. Okay, so you can directly do that, but for that you need some practice. Okay, so after that you can convert it. So this is the DFA. After that Q naught on A is going towards Q1, and Q naught on B is going towards Q1. Okay, so if you clearly look at this, this is your DFA. Okay, so what happens in a DFA? The intersection of row and column will always contain only one state. Okay, so on Q1 it is going towards Q2. On Q1, on getting an input of B, it's going towards Q2. On Q2, on getting an input of A, it's going towards Q1, and on Q2, on getting an input of it's going towards Q1. Okay. So there is something called a zero equivalent state. So first you have to define the zero equivalent states. So in this zero equivalent states, all the strings, the final and non-final state will lie in this. Okay, so the final states here are, so in this set I am writing this non-final state and the final state uh, in one set. Okay, so this is your final state. Okay, so now in the one equivalent state, what will we do? I will tell you just. Okay, so this state is only a one state. I cannot do this. Okay, so I cannot get rid of that state. So this state is not harming anything because this is a single state. Okay, so I just try to convert these two states into one. So what can I do now? On keep a look at this Q node and Q2. Okay, so transition of A and transition of B. If you clearly look at this part of this table, so you will see that Q node on A, just forget about the transition of B here. Only keep in mind that we are looking here only at A here. Okay, so it is transitioning towards Q1 and it is transitioning towards Q2. Okay, now see that Q1 is in, just wait for a minute. What's happening? Okay, okay. So there is a little bit of mistake. Q not Q2. Okay. Q. Okay, sorry. So these are the two number of, I just made a mistake here. Okay. So Q node on A is going towards Q1, Q2 on A is going towards Q1. Okay. So now look at this set. Okay. So this set is a part of a single set. It means that both of the transition is going towards the single set. It means that this is correct. You cannot separate these two states. Okay, again for B, clearly look at this on B, what is happening here. Q1 and again Q1 on transitioning of on B here, it is again to going towards the similar state. Okay, so this is Q1 and Q1 and it again contains belongs to the same set here. Okay, so in case of the similar set, it means that you cannot differentiate these two states. It means Q naught and Q naught, Q naught and Q2 are equal states. You cannot differentiate it. It means, okay. So if I just want to very clarify you, what do I mean by that? Suppose that on Q2, the transition on B here is Q1 and it just goes to Q2. Okay. So the transition, suppose the transition of Q naught and Q2 is like this, Q naught and Q1. Okay. So if you clearly look at the set, that the set is Q1 is going to this set and Q2 is going to this set. So these are two different transitions. So in that in that situation, what you do, you just divide these two into two different sets, that is Q naught and Q2. Okay, but what is happening here, because both the states are containing to the same set here, Q1, it means that I cannot divide these two states. Okay, so it means that this Q node and Q1 is a single state. Okay, so if I just again do this Q node and Q node and Q2. Okay, so the algorithm stop when you occur the same thing in the second step. So in the first step, you are starting with the state Q1, Q naught and Q2, and in the second step you again got the same thing. So it means that you got the resulting output. Okay, so it means that this you have to combine these two states, q node and q2. Okay, so if I just combine these two states, I am again going to the original table here, and I just combining the two states. Wherever there is q node, I am combining it as q2. Wherever there is q2, I just writing here as q node. Okay, so wherever there is q node, here is q2. So what will I do? I will combine these state as q node q2. Here what will I do? Q node q2. Okay, so wherever there is q node, I just go back there and put q2 here. Wherever there is q2, I go back there and put q node. So if I just draw the table here, what you will get, that q node and q2 will be combined, and this is your initial and final state. Okay. So where it's going, it is going towards q1. Okay, so on B it is going towards q1. On q1 it is going back towards q naught q2. Okay, so it is going back towards q naught q2 on A and B. Okay, so on q naught q2 this state is again defined here. Okay, if you see it, these two states are again defined here. It means that we have to take care of only single state. So this DFA is reduced to, if you clearly look at this DFA, it is reduced to a two state DFA, which is your answer. Okay, so if I just do a little bit of a big question here, that will be more easy for you to understand. Okay, not very big, just
So can you just give a recap of this?
I just do a little bigger question that you can understand. Okay, so I know that there will be some kind of a doubt here. I just do this question again. So again, we will be following that step only. In this question, you will understand better. Okay. Okay. So again, go for the transition table here, Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay. So the first step again, step one, if I just write, is to check that all the states are reachable. All states are reachable from initial state. I will tell you what it means. From initial state. Okay. So if you check it from Q node, you can go towards Q1. From Q node, you can go towards Q3. If you clearly look at this Q node, Q2, you cannot reach this state. Okay. So if you clearly look at this, you cannot reach this state Q3. Another one, Q0 to Q1 can be reached. Q0 to Q2 is also reached, but this state is not reachable. Okay, so if you occur this scenario, what you do, so just delete this state. Okay, so you just delete this state. The states which are not reachable, I do not need those states because they do not serve any purpose. Okay, so if I just cannot reach that state, there is no point of adding that state also. Okay, so there will be question there. First step is to always check that all states are reachable from Q node. If they are not reachable from Q node, delete those states. So simple step. Okay, so after that you just do a transition. It means that I do not have to do the transition of Q3. Okay, so now again go with this. So the question that I have told you, because it contains very less states, it will be very difficult to understand. That is why I'm taking a big question, so that there will be more than 2 or 3 states. Again, there are very less number of states. Okay, if I just take another question which have, okay, so this again contains very less number of states. Again, we will get confused here. So I just take a question that I've written here. Okay, so this question again, we will get back to this question. So this question, if I just tell you Q1, like 2-3 number of states should be there that we can Q4. So here there are like 5 number of states. Okay, so this will be a very easy one. B, 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 A, 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 B. So A on B is defined on Q node, A and B is defined on Q1, A and B is defined on Q3, A is not defined at Q4. Okay, so A is defined at Q4, this is A, and B is defined again on Q2. A is defined, so B is this. Okay, so this is, consider this a question. Okay, so now in this question, the first step is to check all the states are reachable from the initial state. Okay, so from Q node you can go towards Q1 easily. From Q node you can go towards Q3 also. So this is again reachable. So Q node you can go towards Q2 also. Q node Q4 is also reachable. So all the states are reachable. Now the second step is to build a what do you say it, a transition table. Okay, so there will be Q node, Q1, Q2, Q3. Now it contains more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states. Okay, if you do not understand this, listen to this question clearly. All your doubts will be cleared in this. Okay, again, if you again don't understand it, I will again tell me, I will clear everything. Okay, so Q node on getting an input of A, it's going towards Q1, it's going towards Q2, Q1 and Q3. Okay, Q2 on getting an input of A here, it is going towards Q1, and Q2 on getting an input of B. Okay, so on getting an input of Q3, it is going towards Q1, and it's going towards Q4. On Q4, it is going towards Q1, and it's going towards Q2. Okay, so you know the initial state is this and the final state is this. Okay, so go with the first step. First step we have done that, we have checked that all the states are reachable, so there is no need of deletion of any state. The second step is to go for the zeroth equivalent state. So in this zero equivalent state we do nothing, we just divide final and non-final states. Okay, so this is your first step. So the final state here, if you clearly look at this, the final here is only Q4. So I just write this as, so this is one state. Okay, so non-final states are Q1, Q node, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Now this will be a good question because it contains like 4 states here. Now it will be more clearer to you. Okay, so for one equivalent state, what you do, you would go now, check these two states, Q node and Q1. Okay, so if I just write here Q node and Q1, on getting an input of A, now clearly look at this step. On getting an input of A, Q node is going towards Q1. On getting an input of A, Q node is going towards again Q1. Okay, in the same way B, Q2 and Q3. If I just draw this similar. Okay, so now check this, Q1 and Q1 belongs to the same set. So Q1 is belonging to the same set, so that is okay. Now if you clearly look at this, Q2 and Q3, it's also belonging to the same set. It means Q node and Q1 are equivalent. Okay, so on getting, if you remember the definition of equivalence here, on getting some kind of a transition, so in this the transition here is A, it is going towards similar states that belong to these are non-final state, and this is also a non-final state. So that is correct for this one. Okay, so Q node and Q1 are the similar states, we cannot separate it. Okay, now check for the Q2. Okay, so now I have to place this Q2 with these states. So again you can check with anyone, so I just try to check with Q node and Q2. You can check the equivalence with anyone, so I tell you it can be with Q1 or it can be with Q node, because they are both equivalent to each other. So if this Q node is equivalent to 1, it will be again equivalent to other with the transitive property. Okay, so don't worry about that right now. So write this Q2, Q node and Q2 and write AB here. So Q node on A is going towards Q1, and Q2 on A is going towards Q1. Q node on B is going towards Q2. Q2 on B is going towards Q2. Okay. So if I just write this also Q4. Okay, so if you clearly look at this, Q1 and Q1 in the previous step belongs to the same set. If I call this as set 1 and this as set 2. So Q0, so this Q1 and Q1 belongs to the same set, set 1. So that is okay. Q2 and Q2 again belongs to the same set. Okay, so again I can write these Q2, I can place this here. Okay, so you do not need to check with Q1 here. Again, you can check it, but if Q2 and Q node and Q2, okay, so Q node and Q1 is already equal. So I have checked that Q2 is equivalent to Q node. Okay, so if Q2 is equal to Q node and Q node is equal to Q2, so by transitive property, I can say Q2 is equal to Q1. Okay, so if for both of this, if you check with any one, it will be equivalent. Okay, so by transitive property. In the same way, now I have to check for Q3. Okay, so again, I will go with this Q3. Q3 can be placed here. So you can check with any one of it, anyone, be it Q0, Q1 or Q3. Okay, so I'm checking with Q1 here. Okay, so Q1 and Q3. Okay, so on getting an input of A, Q1 is going towards Q1 and Q3 is going towards Q1. On B, it is going towards Q1 is going towards Q3 and Q3 is going towards Q4. If you clearly look at this, Q1 and Q1 belongs to the same set. Okay, so there is no worries. But here, look at this. Carefully look at this. Now, please wake up and look at this. Q3 belongs to set 1 and Q4 belongs to set 2. Okay, so it means Q1 and Q3 are not similar. Okay, so these are not equivalent to each other. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so it means that this belongs to set 1 and this belongs to set 2. It means that Q1 and Q3 are not equivalent. So by contrast, it means that Q1, if Q1 is not equivalent to Q3, it means that it is not if Q3 is not equivalent to Q1. So by contrast, it also means that it is not equivalent to Q0 as well as it is not equivalent to Q2. Okay, so if you again want to check it, you can again check it. But if this property follows, we again do not need to worry about it. Okay, so if I again checking it for Q node also, it will get me the same result. Okay, so Q node is Q1, Q2 and Q3 is Q1, Q4. Okay, so again you check it at B. This state is going towards set 1 and this state is going towards set 2. Okay, so you only have to check from these elements. You only have to check only one state because these are equivalent to each other. It will again give you the same result. Okay, so only check with only one of these states, you will get the result. It means that Q3 is not equivalent to these set. So I'm just writing this Q3 as a different state and these three as different state, and I just place the Q4 here. Okay, so this is your one equivalent step. Now these two outputs are not equal. Okay, so again we have to again go forward and go towards the two equivalent step. Okay, so
Sir,
yes, please ask.
sir, why didn't we check Q4 with Q2 with that set Q0,
So
Q1 or
Q4 and Q4 and this is already different. So why are we checking this? Because I want to take out the element and place it in another set. So Q4 is already different set, so I do not need to check it. So please keep in mind that in a set that if there are this set, in this theorem what will I do? I just try to break this into two different steps. Okay, so if they are already broken into two different steps, I cannot combine them. So there is no combination, but I will always try to break them. So I have started with the first one. I just tried to break them. So this one element is broken from this. Okay, in the same way, my concentration will only be in this because in this set there are three elements. I will try to break this and make this into a smaller set. If I am able to do this, there will be more number of states. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This is the theorem here again. This is again the algorithm. Okay, so again follow the same thing. So I know that this is a bit difficult, but if you again follow the same thing, you will again understand it. Okay, the same thing is again go for these two things, because now there are three sets. Now there are three sets, S1, S2, and S3. The equivalence property now can be violated more because there are three sets. Previously there were only two sets. Okay. So if you clearly look at this for Q node and Q1, okay, so again I am drawing it, draw a table here to be more clear about it. So now if you again check the property Q node and Q1, so A and B. So for A, Q node is going towards Q1, and for Q1 it is going towards Q1. So this is one and the same thing. So Q1 belongs to set 1. Okay, so Q1 belongs to set 1. Yes. So there is no, they are not going to different set. For check for B, it is Q2 and this is Q3. So this is different, I think. So Q2 is going towards, Q2 is a set 1 and Q3 is a set 2. Okay, so now I cannot place Q0 and Q1 as I cannot place them together. So that is why I have broken the set, but I have to place this Q2. Okay, so where I can place this Q2, it depends upon the equivalent property. Okay, so first I will check with the Q0. If it is equivalent with Q0, I will place it here. If it is equivalent with Q1, I will place it here. Okay, so I'm again checking it Q0 and Q2. Okay, so check this for A and for B. Okay. So if I just remove this part. Okay, so for A, Q0 is going towards Q1, and for Q2 it is going towards Q1. So Q1 again, this is a set 1 and this is a set 1. So there is no breaking here. So for B check, for B here this is going towards Q2. For Q2 on B here it is going towards Q2. Okay. So this Q2 is again belongs to the same set. This is set 1. This is set 1. So I know that this Q0 and Q2 are equivalent. So I am placing the equivalence here. Okay. So I know that if you check this, it will be equivalent to this. If you check this, it will not be equivalent to this. Again, if you have any doubt, again, we can check this also. Okay, so if I find the equivalent, I know that this will be only equivalent to this. If you check with the Q1, they will not be equivalent. Again, if you have any doubt, we can again check it. Okay, so for Q1 and Q2, again, I am checking the equivalence here. So for A and for B, for Q1 on A is Q1 and Q1 and Q1. Okay, so for Q3 and Q2, Q3 and Q2. So this set is same. This belongs to set 1 and set 2. But if you check it, this Q3 belongs to different set, that is set 2, and this Q2 belongs to different set, that is set 1. So it means that Q0 and Q2 are not equivalent to each other. So they cannot be placed together, but they are equivalent to each other. Okay, so that is why this again breaks down into now these four sets. Okay, now these are not clearly equal. So again, I will again try to break this set also. Okay, so in the three equivalent state, only two sets are remaining, that is Q0 and Q2. Okay, so my main motive is to, if the set contains more than 3 or 4 elements, I just try to break those sets. Okay, so if I am not able to break it, then the resulting is your final state. Okay, so if I just go about this, now I have to check about Q0 and Q2. This can be broken or not. So the set which only contain one state, that are consolidated. You cannot change it now, that they are just there. Now they are constant thing. Okay, now our main goal is to broke those two. Okay, so Q0 and Q2. Okay, so if you check it in the table, for Q0 it is going towards Q1. For Q0 on B it is going towards Q2. So for Q2, Q1, Q2, I just place it. Okay, So if you find it, Q1 and Q1 is again the set becomes S1, S2, S3 and S4. So Q1 and Q1 belongs to set 2. This is set 2. This is set 2. They belong to the same set. So do not need to worry about it. Again for Q2 check, it is going towards Q2. So Q2 belongs to set 1 and Q2 belongs to set 2. So again, it means that Q node is equal to Q2. I cannot broke those. Okay. So now the two equivalent state is equal to three equivalent state. It means that this is our stopping point. I have to stop it. Okay. So now the resulting states are Q node, Q2, Q1, Q3 and Q4. So I have started with what number of states? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I am ending with which number of states? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now keep look here. Again, I will write again. Just wait for it. But I want to see if I just copy this thing. So this is our original table. Now what I have to do in this original table, that wherever there is Q node written, okay, so wherever there is Q node written, I will add Q to it, Q2 to it. Wherever there is Q2 written, I have to add Q node to it. Okay, so here this is Q node. I am adding Q2 to it. Okay, again here it is Q2. I am adding Q node to it. Okay, in the same way there is no Q node. This is Q2. So Q node and Q2. Again Q node.
But I think Q4 also belongs to Q0 Q2 set.
Hello.
But I think Q4 also belongs to Q0 and Q2 set. So because they were equivalent, no? So I thought.
Yes, that is why I am replacing if occurrence of Q node is single and occurrence of Q2 is single, because they are equivalent, I am just combining it and writing it one set. So if there is anything as Q node, I am combining Q2 with it. If there is anything as Q node, I am Q2, I am combining Q node to it. Okay, this is what you're saying.
So consider Q4 also. It is also equivalent to Q0. Q4 set.
Q4 is equivalent to what?
Q0 and Q2.
Okay. So again, these two Q4 and Q, it's different set, because in the first step we have to divide it into a final and a non-final state. Okay, so you only have to check the set which contains like 2 or 3 elements. Okay, so if it has like Q4 has 2 final states, then I will try to break these 2 final state into 2 different set. Okay, so already in the starting Q4 is different set. So I the set which is only contain one element, I do nothing about it. Okay, so I just copy and pasting the set again and again. Okay, so now here Q4, every step you will find, I will not check it, I will not bother about it, because this state is already separate from all the states. So I will not worry this state. I will not care about this state. Okay, so that is why I'm comparing only the elements. Okay, so this set contains 1, 2, 3, 4 states. I will try to break these states. If in the end I am not able to do that, so those states I will combine. Okay, so in every step you will see here you will get Q3. Now I will not bother Q3 in any of the calculation. I am only doing where the number of elements are more than 1. Okay, so for Q3 it is again copy and pasted like this. For Q1 it is again copy and pasted like this. Okay, you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think this is a bit complex, but if you do more question, I will again in the next class also do 1 or 2 question, you will more understand. Okay, so now wherever there is Q node, you will write Q2. Wherever there is Q2, you write Q node. Okay, so where this is Q2, so write Q node here. I think that is okay. So now if you clearly see the Q node and Q2 states are repeating, you can cancel this one state. Okay, so now that resulting states are 1, 2, 3, 4. If you draw automata to it, so it will become Q node, Q2. This will be your final state, I think. No, this is not your final state. final state only is Q4. Okay, so starting with Q2, it on A it is going towards Q1. On B it is staying at Q0 Q2. In the same way, Q1 on A it is going towards Q1, and B it is going towards Q3. Okay, so for Q3 it is on A it is going towards Q1. On B it is going towards Q4. So Q4 is your final state. Okay, so Q4 on A it is going towards Q1. On B it is going towards Q0 Q2. Okay, so this is your resulting automata. Firstly it contains 1 2 3 4 5 states. Now it contains only 1 2 3 4 states. Okay, so if you now you try to solve this question, I will do it in the next class also. And if you now clearly look at this question, I am again following the same steps here. So what happened in the first one, that this is already a different set. I do not need to bother about this set. So these two sets are combined. Okay, so I just try to separate them. But on the one equivalent state, I am unable to separate them because they belong to the same because they are equivalent. So that is why I result in this and I just stop and combine it. So that is why you will be confused. That is why I've taken example where there are more number of states so that you will find this easy. Okay. So again, I think my time is up here. I will again discuss one or more examples in the next lecture. So in this
class revision already started.
Okay. So you can go to the next class. Don't worry about it. Okay. I just take attendance. You can go. Okay. You can leave the lecture. The attendance is just done. Okay. So thank you for listening and